fast as we would do in class, but today we're going to do it via a video online. You're going to do it with me, so you're going to need a pen and some scrap paper to write on, but that's it, okay? Right, are you ready? Woohoo! If you haven't got a pen and paper, go and get them now. All right, quick fire round number 1. Where was Captain James Riley shipwrecked? You have got 10 seconds to rack your brain to that non-fiction text and think about that. 5, 2, 1. Oh. It was Africa. In Sufferings in Africa, Captain Riley relates being shipwrecked off the coast of Northern Africa, where he was then captured by slave traders. Okay, well done if you got that right. Give yourself a little tick. Next one. So we're going to talk about what we do when we meet a new non-fiction text. We should always consider TAPS. So this is going to take us 60 seconds. I'd like you to write D-A-P and S, and next to each one, you're going to finish the word once you work out what it is. You ready? Okay. What T means where you would find it. Where you would find that text. So it might begin with text, but there's another word there as well. Where you would find it. Okay, what A means who would be interested in reading this? Okay, and what P is what is the writer intending to do? And these are some example of P. To persuade, to inform, to comment, to inspire, to advise, to entertain. And finally, S. What S means how has the writer adapted their writing to suit the T, A, and P? You got it? You got 5 seconds. Okay, time's up. Should we go through them? Give yourself a tick for each correct answer. The first is text type. That's the word we use to describe a book, an article, a memoir. They're all text types. The second is audience. We're always thinking about who's the intended audience. That's why we talk about interest. It's better than age or gender in defining who's the intended audience for a text. P is for purpose. Give yourself a tick if you got that right. So to persuade, to inspire, those are purposes for writing. And that will also help us decipher what the writer was trying to achieve. And style is the S. So style meaning perhaps they've used really high level vocabulary, or perhaps they've used really informal vocabulary. Could be their length of sentence, could be the listing, could be the imagery, could be any rhetorical device that they've used to adapt their writing. Well done if you got all 4 of those correct. Okay, on to our next quickfire round. What extreme sport was Edward Whymper taking part in when a terrible accident occurred? 10 seconds. 5, 2, and 1. Okay, time's up. Did you remember? Edward Whymper was a mountain climber and one of probably the earliest examples of people mountain climbing for fun. Okay, on to our next tricky round. So this time we are talking about how we evaluate a statement about whether a text is true. So how we determine whether Edward Whymper is a villain or something of that ilk. Writing evaluations is a really important skill. So the first thing that we must do is look for something in the text. What do we call that? That actually appears twice in this. What do we look for in a text? I'm going to start our timer. Okay. Secondly, using what we look for, we write something beginning with P in the structure. And this is important. Evaluations have to be written in this form. Okay, next. This P has to follow a certain structure and it begins with stating your, something beginning with O, what should you state at the beginning, bearing in mind this is an evaluation? Then you need to quote the thing that you found. Give you a hint. What's the missing word there? And finally, the final part of our paragraph is, after we've stated and we've quoted, is to do what? Fully. 60 seconds is up. Make sure you note that down. What should we do really fully? How this proves or disproves this statement. Okay, I hope you got that. Are you ready? Let's check those answers. So the first missing word that I was looking for was evidence. We always start an evaluation by looking for evidence in the text. Secondly, we then write this into paragraphs. You cannot have an evaluation written in note form, or certainly not in English. It has to be paragraphs so that you can develop your ideas and convincingly argue what you think is true or not. Finally, these paragraphs should be structured in the following way. You begin by stating your opinion, you quote the evidence, and finally you explain fully how this proves or disproves the statement. These are skills that you will have a go at when you write your evaluation about the statement on Edward Whymper and his companions. Okay, you ready for another quick fire round? What was more valuable than gold in Helen Dunmore's account of the siege of Leningrad? You've got 10 seconds. Siege of Leningrad, it was just called the siege. What was more valuable than gold? 2, 1, go! Time's up. Did you get it? It was, go forwards, ration cards. They were more valuable than gold. Although you could live a day without bread, you couldn't live without bread for a month, which is how long the ration cards lasted. And this is the picture of a ration card on the left. Imagine that. Well done, everybody, and thank you so much for participating in this recall. It's been a pleasure to see you, and I hope this got you thinking. Have a good week.